Damn it, come on! Where are you?
Cicero!
We heard people screaming and...
Oh, great.
Hold your ground!
I just have a feeling that that mask is making the person's voice needlessly low.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like... It sounds like someone's talking through one of those bizarre machines that's supposed to hide their identity. And also, it's interesting because all of these people are following this lady, but no one's ever seen her. They don't know where she is. And this Herald is like an in-between.
Yeah.
There!
But where is Null? I also seem to have picked wrong. Character-wise. Maybe? I don't know. It's interesting.
Oh, you mean, now you have these two.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have two voids going on.
Yep. I love these tornadoes. I actually am a pretty big fan of the Airbrand moves.
Yeah, I know it was just a grasping for straws kind of thing. But I was just listening to how the Herald talked.
Yeah, I will admit, I've actually always thought she was female.
Uh-huh.
It's just such an odd voice otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really know of a whole lot of female characters to begin with here.
Right, but she's only popped up a couple times. Also, she was the one to have killed his brother.
True.
And, like, the little spirit thingamajig. I don't know.
Cicero! They need help!
Lucia!
Is it Lucia?
It is.
I knew it! I knew it sounded like Jennifer Hale even though it was super deepened. I was just listening to it, I'm like, the sentence structure.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Cicero.
Ready
Take him.
yourselves! Oh, that's it for me.
What?
think that we should be moving elsewhere.
This place is good enough.
But they know.
This is good enough.
Yes, Herald.
Now leave. He's waking up. How are you feeling? You've been out for hours.
What happened?
I do apologize. I hadn't expected my men to be so rough.
Your men? The Herald?
I also apologize that you had to find out this way.
No. No.
I'm afraid it is true,
Tell me you're here to get me out.
Cicero.
You traitor! Songless bitch!
Get a hold of yourself!
Ophina. Corvus. It was you.
That was necessary.
And Razatov. You have him. Answer me!
It was relatively painless.
Damn it, Lucia! Why? Answer me!
She has a plan.
What are you talking about?
How do you think the Dactites have stayed one step ahead of you all this while? You think we were lucky?
The lady. Who is she?
A visionary. Someone with plans for the city.
Someone who has turned you against us all. You've killed 2 Inspectores and the Regenti, Lucia. And for what?
It had to be done. Sometimes drastic measures must be taken for the greater good.
Is that what your lady has told you?
She is right.
Words of a revolutionary. And like every revolutionary that has passed, she and all those that follow her will end up dead.
She is Fae!
What?
She is of the ancient world, and she knows far more than you or I could ever hope to.
You're a mad woman. You're following a Fae. A mindless, senseless...
You have in your mind the peasantry of their kingdom. But the lady is nobility. She is more than just a beast. And she has plans to...
Plans to what? How can you believe that a creature like that could possibly be?
I have one of the artifacts! Yes. You are beginning to understand how big, how vast this undertide of secrets is.
Get out of my head.
There are worlds worth of histories that are returning, and you have simply scratched the surface. What you learnt at the pin drop is a morsel of what exists. A fraction of the knowledge held by the forces that you plan to fight against.
How did you know about the pin drop?
Yes! Think. How is it that I knew? What powers are at my disposal that I can glean such knowledge? You understand what you've pit yourself against? Not just yourself, but those who travel with you.
You leave them out of this!
Spoken to a mirror. They have yet to cross the threshold. They don't need to. And if you reconsider your position, neither will you.
What?
You are here for a reason, Cicero. The lady has plans for you, if you will accept them.
You think I'm insane?
Is it insanity for the gull to veer from the storm front? They are here.
Cicero?
You are a wise man, Cicero, and are modest enough to admit the limits of your perception. Let that awareness guide your decision. We will meet again soon, Cicero. And by then, I expect you to have thought long and hard about where you stand.
He's here! Are you all right? Fine.
Cicero! Thank the tides you're... What's wrong? No.
It makes no sense. Why did she hide you in the golden canvas? She must have known that we'd search there again. Unless she wanted you to be found. Wanted to send the message to us that she had the capacity to capture you. And was willing to let you go to prove that she was confident she could do it again. That has to be it. And Razatov. Damn it! And she said nothing to you. Nothing at all.
I've already told you what happened.
Tell it again. Maybe you missed something.
We were in the golden canvas, and we found out where the Dactites were hiding. We had a skirmish that brought us out of the streets, and I thought I caught a glimpse of her face, so I followed her. The next thing I know, I'm waking up to the sounds of explosions, and I see Lucia arguing with a Dactite. The Dactite wanted me dead. Lucia didn't. That's when Tristan came in.
So you never spoke to her?
How many times must we go over this before you believe me?
What of Razatov's work, then? Where to find these artifacts? How to use them?
Nothing.
Come here. $20,000.
But
I said bring him back. Unfortunately, I didn't specify that he had to be alive. You did your job. This is your payment.
a dismissal?
Simply an ending of your contract with the registry. And now from here on, you no longer act under the purview of the registry, and thus we cannot protect you from the ramifications or account for the responsibility of your actions.
Of course. I understand.
Good. Then I'll see you around.
Well, that answers the question about how the Fae are in all this.
Yep.
It makes me wonder if his brother's mask happened to have Queen Fae in it. And that it somehow got to Lucia and corrupted her.
Don't think so, 'cause... But the glowy thing came out of the brother, not the mask. The mask.
Oh, that's true. Well, his spirit will be around somewhere. But now at least we know how the Fae are connected and all this, because I was wondering if it was just the Mascherines stuff, you know, how the Fae came into this.
Yeah.
But I wonder which artifact she has.
That is a wise move. Knowing the dark trajectory of this investigation, it would be wise to divorce the registry from it.
Just seems a little bit cold leaving you out in the dirt like that.
I think it's excellent. Now it all depends on how the Marshal's going to spin it, eh?
I will tell Fabio that you have been dismissed from the case. He will likely still request that I watch you, seeing how close we are to learning what the artifacts actually did. But at least you will no longer associate this with the registry.
Ah, how wonderful it is to have such an honest spy among us now.
Better an honest spy than a deceitful friend. Now, I take my leave. The Judge Master should hear this from me in person.
I wonder what'll happen when she finds out that we've been keeping things from her.
You know about the artifacts. Cicero, how does... Cicero? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just...
Help!
Who's that?
Someone in trouble. What are they doing here?
We've got this!
I love these moves. They're so satisfying to use.
Yeah, so I was right about Lucia. We hadn't seen her in a long time, and I was just... We finally had enough time to listen to the Herald speak, and I knew the mask made it sound like it's a woman, but trying to sound deeper.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to it long enough, and it sounded like...
The corridor, sir, please. The Valencio needs help. Tristan!
It sounded like her, sentence, how do
You listen to Jennifer Hale long enough, and you understand it's Jennifer Hale doing the voice.
I'm trying to find the word for it. It's not syntax, it's not...
Well, it's her style.
Speech pattern.
There is something beyond this wall, and it is not going to hold much longer.
Tristan! Ugh. Do not let them pass.
Oh, they're using chairs. They're made out of chairs.
Well, I think the Fae can just use wood in general.
Yeah,
Maybe
as long as they have a medium.
And paper and stuff. So maybe the Fae creatures were like the tree and everything else, you know?
Assistance, please!
Okay, so how's Tristan doing?
Are you sure there wasn't something around the corner?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
What happened?
Faye, a few of my men and I were walking through the hallways when they attacked. I don't know where they came from.
There are more of them beyond.
Yes. Allow me to recover, and I will summon the portiere.
We don't have the time. Rest well.
It just disappears.
He's moving faster than his animation.
Target practice.
Boop. Boop. There we go. Oh, I love it when I can get them all stacked up like this. Unfortunately, my character's not exactly set up for, what is it?
Now, the one issue with the Fae is, like, how are they interconnected with the Dactites and everything else? Because they can't possibly be friends to humankind unless they want to sacrifice humans so they can
Lucia's
become
office.
corporeal.
No surprise the mists are thickest here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she wants to come into the real world and take this dimension by using human blood. You know.
Well, they seem to have used that fat guy from earlier.
Ooh, yeah, they did.
Palof! This is torture. We have to get him out of here.
The chair has been bolted to the ground. We must remove the stakes.
We're going to get you out of here, but we need to remove these stakes. Do you understand?
No, Cicero, no!
There's gonna be blood spurting everywhere, though, right?
What?
Here they come!
Boss time! Oh, interesting. That disrupted him.
The problem is, if those were stuck in his thighs, they could have unplugged his, like, femoral artery or something, and he would have bled out anyway.
Holy crap, this thing is ruining my party. Okay, you're going to run all the way back here. Or go down. Okay, time for Team Medic to do Team Medic things, seeing as everybody else is stupid.
I suppose I owe you.
I wonder if it'd be hilarious if it reset the difficulty on me.
That's possible, that normal could be a default and then it just never goes back.
Well...
Or it does go back if you change it.
Run, you dimwit. Okay. Oh, guess we have to be in that area. Okay, whatever.
Got it.
Thank you.
How is he?
Lost a lot of blood, but he'll make it.
We'll take over from here.
We will meet again soon, Cicero.
Cicero, are you alright?
Fine. I'd like to take a look around. Find out how this happened.
Of course. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, it was using globes as its shoulders.
Sick. What was all this about?
Summoning Fae with his blood.
How?
She had agents within these walls. Must have done this before she pulled them out.
But why? What did she hope to achieve?
Keep searching.
Let's see. Doesn't actually look like we have anything but this.
Mm-hmm.
A sunken star.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Did you find anything?
Nothing but moldy old cases.
Same.
Well, I don't think there's anything left for us here. We should go.
To the Hall of Songs?
Oh, Calden. I'll go. The both of you can head back to the Estiguary. I'll meet you there.
Cicero, did something happen in the prison?
What?
You seem, I don't know, a little off.
I just need some rest. It's getting late.
There you are!
Kyrie!
Cicero, you need to see this.
All right. You can leave after this. Come on.
Did you find a book?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what else she could have run across.
By the blood. What is this?
You were right, Cicero. Your theory that the Fae were made of the mist was correct, but I've spent the past few days distilling it.
Ah, I hate how deeply they cut. Can't they just do a little prick?
Look at how bestial it is. There is no sense of order about it whatsoever. Now, look at this.
Just more stuff?
It's inquisitive.
And I spilt no blood.
How?
You were right about the mists. They are the building blocks of the Fae. Places with a higher density of the mist have more Fae, but what you mistook was the trigger.
Not blood, clearly.
It's... oh, how do I put this? Emotion is a close approximate. I don't think our language has an equivalent. It's, a state of mind. It's an experience. It's a...
Scythe?
Yes, exactly.
What's that?
Scythe. It was something the Dementicate were trained to manipulate as they matured, though we've never learnt what for. It roughly translates to different mediums of thought, of being. It's difficult to explain. You're saying that various Scythe create various Fae?
Yes. Pain is easy to replicate, and the Fae that produces seems base, but this one...
What were you thinking of?
The first day that I was a Vegelus, walking into the Conoscenza, seeing all the knowledge that was at my fingertips.
And different states, feelings, thoughts, create different fae?
If there is enough mist in the vicinity, yes. I haven't boiled it down to a science yet, but it's definitely on the way there.
Well, this is more than enough. Thank you, Kyrie.
Of course. Rest well, Cicero.
And where did she get the mist from? It just was floating around. She's like, I'm gonna collect it.
Well, there was mist in the area.
Nah, true. But it seems like she has some time to use it.
True. Well, maybe the mist is not exactly as hard to come by. You know, there are ways of...
You see, they just need to coalesce somewhere.
Yeah. Surprising, no extra history nodes. It's always like 3 in here, but I guess
So what
just
kind
1
of
today.
thoughts do they want to... Maybe the lady was encouraging worship for her so that she could get like a better... better fae out as opposed to just people dying and giving the
Yeah, I don't
worthless
know.
ones. I don't know.
2 stops. The first, the Estiguary. We'll be dropping Amadea and Vasco off there. Then we'll head to the Hall of Songs.
All right, sir. And that, brother, is the history of the Herald family, from the start to their gory demise. Brother? Are you asleep? Hey!
7th Canticle, Coins and Kin.
Oh, brother.
Don't be too harsh on him, Elena. It's been a tiring few days.
I know, I know.
I should be back soon with the Mariner.
We'll be here.
I feel like her sometimes. I love telling stories and you're just like... "Meh."
Part of it is I've heard all of your stories at least multiple times.
No, there has to be more stories.
It's true, but the ones that you tell, I've either heard before or I know. Or it just only seems marginally relevant and kind of uninteresting. Gonna be honest.
There are probably
I've
stories
heard
I
about
haven't
We
told
Sing
you before.
enough, even though that last detail from a couple episodes ago was new. I've still heard about We Sing enough.
No, I've definitely told you that song.
It's like if you wouldn't stop telling me about Teletubbies. I'd start to lose my mind.
Ew. Part of it is I dislike Teletubbies, so...
I assume it's a made-up language.
The problem is, some of it sounds like it could be Italian, but I just...
Yeah.
I can't pick it out. Like, I recognize
apologize.
blue and a couple
Did
other
I
things.
interrupt something?
Venera, you may leave us. I will be in good company with the Inspectore. Come, Cicero, have a seat, please. I can hear an ache in your voice.
Were you in the middle of a composition?
I was, in fact, for the 8th Canticle.
So soon? The Canticle hasn't even been declared over.
I know, but this is the last year of this Canticle's 15th Masura. If anything is to happen in the coming months that should spell the end of the Canticle, I'd like to at least be prepared. Composing a song that chronicles 60 years' worth of events is not something that one does in an evening. But there is something on your mind, isn't there? I can hear the ripples of unease in your words.
It's just... How do you do it, Mirabat?
Well, first, you have to look at all the major events that take...
I mean carrying such a responsibility. A whole society rides upon this hall. Your hall. How do you handle something like that?
When I lost my eyes, some 28 years ago, do you know what I missed the most during the years after?
The faces of the dozens of handsome men that threw themselves at your feet?
Oh no, Cicero. There were only 7 that did that. No, I missed seeing smiles. Of all the years that I've been a songstress, those were the hardest.
But you pulled through them.
I drifted, more accurately. In a situation like that, can someone truly ever know what direction to head in? I thought about it, day and night, about how I could make myself feel the way I did before. How I could find that passion that I had lost along with my sight.
And you found your answer?
No. My answer found me, I'd say. It came from a small boy who had been ambushed by thugs outside this very hall and had been screaming for help.
And you rushed out, blind as you were, masquerine on your face, and you sang.
And sing I did, with all the strength in my bones.
The flames that roared that night. Ages. I still remember the look on their faces.
I scooped the little boy up and brought him into this hall. On our way in, he whispered a little something in my ear. Do you remember what he said?
Thank you. And you're very pretty.
So he did. So he did. And that was the first time that I realized that you don't need to see a smile. You can just as easily hear it.
Thank you, Mirabas. It was nice to hear that story again.
But that was not the answer that you were looking for, was it?
In all honesty, I don't even know what I'm looking for. But that's enough sullenness. I'm here for a mariner, Calden. I think he might have just had a song sung.
He did, in fact. Razatov Azrus. A tragedy. He was such a sweet man. He'd been visiting the hall quite frequently over the past few months.
Razatov? Whatever for?
The Zoric culture across the sea believes that a person can sense when their time is up. They tend to try to tie up as many loose ends in the world as they can. He had me help him put a song into a chime, specifically for his brother, telling me to hand it to him in case this happened. It's like he knew.
And the mariner is somewhere on the tree?
Yes, at his Legacies branch.
Then that's where I'll be. Thank you for the story again, Mirabas.
How would you like it if your branch just happened to be very inaccessible? I can't reach it!
Get me a stepladder.
Vint?
Sir,
How's he holding up?
you should talk to him. I think he'd like that.
I'm a little disappointed they didn't at least show us what Razatov looked like.
Yeah, he was just face down. Dirt.
What is this person wearing? Fruit salad?
Just, it's like purple and white.
He composed this himself. He came by and asked Mirabas to help him put it into this chime. Did he know?
Your brother was no fool.
Then why? Why chase a storm in rough seas?
Because he felt that he had to.
He never told anyone this, but he harbored a religion. A Sharmu, an Elysian religion. He liked to believe that there was an afterlife, a promised land that we'd go to after we passed.
I heard it in the last verse of the song.
I want so badly to believe that he's right.
A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I think he would have liked to be remembered that way.
If my brother felt that he needed to do this, to find these artifacts, then we must.
And so we will.
And as I guessed, the Judge Master has no wishes to act. Not yet.
Well, he'll have to keep waiting, won't he? We don't have any leads.
What about the golden canvas?
The portieri have searched it already. Nothing.
And my brother's work? Is there anything we can follow up on?
Nothing that hasn't already been checked out. We still don't know why he was creating Fae, but unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find out now.
It's true. Razutov's death has staunched the flow of the investigation. All the answers in his mind, now lost.
But that can't be it. There has to be more to this.
Just a day ago, you had a gaze that could turn your victims to stone.
Well, some lessons can be learnt in a day.
It's late. We should get some rest.
What about our next step?
We'll convene tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have more ideas then.
They really aren't gonna investigate the song some more?
Guess not. We've still got the bone flute as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That probably means something.
You're supposed to be resting.
I don't get it.
What?
Razatov was in search of the artifacts. Artifacts that turned the Dactite into Mascherines.
So?
They. How do they fit into all this? Why was Razatov creating them? What do they have to do with the artifacts?
Amadea.
We're missing something, Cicero, and if I could just...
Amadea! It's been a long day.
We're so close to... something. I can feel it. Teetering on the precipice of change.
Rather dramatic?
It's just like 5 years ago, when I thought Cyrus would... You're right. It's been a long day. I'll finish up here soon and go to bed.
Amadea.
I promise. Good night, Cicero.
Are you sure everything's recording properly? Should you make a break?
I was thinking we were about to end. It was a good stopping point.
Okay.
Rather bad shape.
He has been rather quiet. Oh, Cicero.
Yes?
Cicero!
Is this something I should be hearing?
Vasco was telling me about what happened to the golden canvas. I'd been wondering what all the ruckus was about.
You and your family got out safely, though?
Barely. Livia and Damien have gone to bed. They're not used to such excitement. But enough about our escape. I heard you weren't so lucky.
No, I wasn't.
What happened in there, Cicero?
Nothing, Ven. I'm just tired.
Then you should be heading to bed now.
No more than any of you.
You're right. Just one more drink then, and I'll be off.
Should you need me.
Thank you.
Good night, Mariner.
Raz?
She told me about her father. Said she knew how it felt to lose someone close.
Too common an experience in this city.
She might be a little rigid, but she isn't half as bad as I'd first thought. Neither is Vasco, actually. People have always said us Umbrians hide behind masks and facades. But perhaps not all masks are worn to hide dark secrets.
Go to bed, Calvin. It's late.
Go to bed, guys. Just go to bed.
Go to bed.
And it's time to sit yourself into bed.
Yep. Oh, I like to go to bed too. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You understand what you've pit yourself against? Not just yourself, but those who travel with you.
Don't go outside. It's a trap!
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going off by ourselves.
What, is he gonna offer himself up, or just try to end it from inside?
I think he's gonna go at it alone.
There. We're going out for a short ride, all right? Nothing to make a fuss over. Who's there? You heard that, didn't you? I'm not crazy. No, let's go.
Uh,
All right. Where have you been hiding?
Suppose we're continuing on then.
Oh, right. She'd left a clue that he had noticed. Yeah, so I bet that purpley whooshy bits is his brother. Maybe.
There's just a farm or something down in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, that's a stable that's probably... Yeah.